Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If there's any gentlemen watching my channel, that's all I keep saying. I'm Leanne, and this is my weight loss journey. And I figured I needed to do a little bit of a vlog reflecting in response and development from yesterday's post. As ever, this is a really honest weight loss vlog. I won't ever lie. I will be as honest as I can if I can be, if it doesn't hurt or upset anybody else, and if I don't forget or anything like that. And I just figured that I needed to maybe upload this morning and do a carry on from where I was yesterday, because if you're following my journey along, you will know that yesterday was a really hard day. I also wanted to give a little bit of gratitude to people and show appreciation, because you guys, the community that follow me along on my vlogs, and the people that took the time to watch that and give me the support and things, make me so grateful to be in real time. And I do feel super lucky, and it means a lot that during a really low time, that now I'm in real time and you guys have been there for me and given me the oomph and maybe the confidence and the kick up the arse, the advice, the love and the support I just needed yesterday. And as pathetic and as needy as that is, and it wasn't really a post that I put up to receive that, because I was just trying to be honest and say how I was feeling and what had happened for myself and my reflections. Because if you follow me along, you will know that I watch stuff back and try and grow and develop from it. I was just a bit lost yesterday, and I can't say I got that feedback and support from Oliver, maybe what I needed. I don't think he was bad about it, but he's very logical, and it was very like just suck it up kind of vibes. And I just needed a little bit of love, and I got that from you guys, and I'm so grateful. So if you follow me along, you will know that yesterday I went out of my comfort zone and got my legs out, and I got a comment that I want to address. So first of all, the guy that said it, I don't think that he meant that maliciously, and I didn't at the time. What he said wasn't mean and it wasn't awful. I'm really open, and I think I give that persona in all areas of my life, not just online. Like, I talk, if somebody asks me something, I will talk about it. And the bad side of that is that sometimes people say things that that hurt me, I suppose, or hit a nerve, and I have to deal with it, really. And even though I try and do so in good grace, and I know the reasons why that happens, it hurts sometimes, and it's a little bit frustrating that after all this work, I felt really defeated yesterday, and as though I'd not really made good progress, and that I was hating on myself and being quite negative, and I was dragging myself down. I don't think that was to do with anybody else other than really me. It was me that, like, I've obviously got issues where that's concerned, and it's like a lifelong thing that I'm conscious about, and that I've not been able to deal with, that I've had to skirt over. I've felt quite helpless about it, and having worked quite hard for quite a long amount of time now to reduce them issues, not just for aesthetics, but because they're an issue to me and they limit my life. They're unhealthy, they make me really self-conscious, they're not my confidence, they stop me wearing certain things, they do impact massively. And having worked I feel quite hard to reduce that, and I do think it's been reduced because my legs have got to be smaller than what they were. Yesterday it made me feel like a bit fed up and a bit like, God, this is still an issue, and I've tried really hard. Like, I've lost 9 stone and still the legs is still an issue. However, like, I've got a lot to lose. So it was always going to be an issue. Realistically, logically looking at it, it's never going to go Like, I am bottom heavy, and it's never going to be perfect. And I think I just allowed it to get on top of me yesterday, and my own insecurities just completely engulfed that entire situation, overlooked any achievement of the day, overlooked everything. It was like, I just needed to not be like that, and I just couldn't help it. I just did it, and it was kind of like ridiculous, and it was a bit ungrateful of me, and it was silly, and I don't think that guy meant anything hard by it. Like, I'm not upset with that guy, and I just think it was me. On reflection of looking at that myself while I was at work yesterday, before I read all your guys' comments, I have looked at that. I've looked at my own feelings regarding that. I've thought about my body, and ultimately, my body is where it is right now. And you know, every bit of spare skin, stretch mark, scar, lump, bump, cellulite, bruise, or anything is a representation of my story. And my body is how it is because of what it's been through and what I've done to it, and it's where it is in its better state now than what it was 2 years ago because of the work I've put in. And I really need to start at just accepting and loving where I am now rather than where I want it to be. And again, it's not really aesthetic for me, it's more the impact that has overall. So the limits it puts on me and the impact that has on me, and ultimately like my kids and the people around me. And I just want to sort that out, and I want to come to the end of it, but I need to really look at this as a journey and appreciate each stage of it. And that's where I got to after a long shift at work and thinking while I were doing nails and hair and lashes yesterday. I need to do that, and that isn't going to happen overnight, and I get that, but that is an area that's important for me mental health wise for me to work on, and ultimately that is where I want to be, and that's what I'm going to do. However, isn't it ridiculous how I've had a community online, you guys, and a community at Slimming World who have given me beautiful comments and feedback and said such nice positive things about me, the way I look, what I'm doing, the way I am as a person, all these things. You've always been really supportive, even when my channel was behind in time, and you've stuck with me, you've given me your time, you've done things that are, I know it sounds really ridiculous, but are like a love sign, aren't they? You're giving me a form of love and kindness, and there's some beautiful souls out there that are following my journey along, and I genuinely appreciate it. Even the ones that don't comment, like, I really do get touched when somebody puts a comment on, and I feel a bit guilty actually for being so ridiculous. The people that watch and don't comment, when they see something of me having this really low bit, and they obviously must feel compelled to then make the time and effort to comment, even though they don't usually. And that genuinely meant a lot yesterday. So last night when I got home from work, and a bit at work actually, I started reading through the comments that I got on yesterday's post, and I'm not very often stuck for words. Like, I talk shy all the time, don't I? I was genuinely touched and genuinely overwhelmed by how kind of people are out there, and how mad is it that I have taken one negative comment, not negative, but one comment that had a negative impact on me, concentrated on that rather than the support, love and kindness and time and love that I've had from you guys online and people in my Slimming World group. Like, people say nice things to me in Slimming World group. Like, I might have 10 nice comments from Slimming World group, but then that one that hurt me, and it wasn't even intentional to hurt me, I allowed me to push me back and totally override the sparkle of yesterday, of getting out of debt, of being at my lightest weight, of going into a new stone bracket. of the weight that I'd lost even though I'd been away, of them achievement, of the fact that I dared to go out in tights and a dress. Like, how ridiculous is that of me? And it is 100% something that is my next area of reflection, growth, and development. I need to love where my body is now for what it is now rather than what it's not. And you guys massively yesterday, like last night, after I read and responded to those comments, I didn't cry, but I could not, words can't even describe, like, I don't even know what to say, like how lovely you are and how much I appreciate you. So if you're following me along and you're subscribed to my channel and you follow me through the ups and downs and you take that time to comment and support me and tell me about your journeys and where you are in your life, and I genuinely, massively, it means such a lot. And it's not something that I thought would really happen. I genuinely, like, when I started recording this journey and when I was posting it, I was overwhelmed that 10 people were there with me. And 10 was lovely and was enough. And for the people that are there commenting, watching and doing, it's quite crazy that, like, I'm just Leanne. Do you know, like, I'm quite boring. I'm just really, and I'm not like this amazing YouTuber that's got this amazing channel that does this amazing creations, that cooks and is fantastic and looks aesthetically pleasing and has an amazing setting and it uploads at regular times and does everything that probably a YouTube creator should do. And like, my channel's not big, it's small. I know it is in comparison to some people's, but for me it's huge. It's huge, and it's quite crazy that people have followed me along on this journey and are still there to help me and give me a kick up the arse when I need it and give me advice, and such as like when I was getting diarrhea and sickness when I was going away. So I can't remember the name of the lady that commented, but she was like, have you thought that maybe it's the rice that's not on an ice pack? I'm like, oh, how stupid of me. And like, them things help because I will not be taking sushi away with me again. Never again, because I'm sick of that happening. And I just genuinely appreciate other people's inputs and advice. And it's like, this whole video is me just saying, like, I have come through the other side of that low ebb yesterday a lot faster than what I usually would do. And I genuinely appreciate the time and effort that people put into me. Mandy as well, from Lighter Mandy, she sent me a voice note on WhatsApp, or a message, I can't remember how she did it, in the middle of the day when it had just happened, and I was like, oh my God, I've just been fat shamed in Slimming World and I feel awful. And I didn't care how much I'd lost or what had gone on. I don't even think I told her, if I'm going to be honest. And she just sent back a thing just saying, like, she just understood and she got it. I think we jinxed it a bit because I'd spoken to her about it before, about them comments and them happening, and then it happened to me. And to be fair, when he opened his mouth and said it, I just thought of her straight away and we're like, oh my God, we were talking about this the other day. It's crazy that happened when it did. I just really appreciate it. And Mandy, thank you for being there for me yesterday during like an emotional breakdown, because I think I needed that, and you did. The response was like just what I needed, to be honest. God, I need it. I need to sort that out. But yeah, so an update on that is that I am through the other side. I am over the moon. So yesterday I have lost all my debt. I have nothing to pay back, and I am so happy about that, like ridiculously. I had an emotional day yesterday and I didn't come off plan. I had sushi for dinner with some boiled eggs for a snack. I came home and I had stir fry with soya sauce and some corn skewered chicken, salt and pepper chicken. We're a bit spicy from the Aldi actually. I had tea. I didn't have any desserts. I didn't go into like emotionally eating destructive mode, and that is down to you guys for helping me out with that, and I'm quite proud of that. That's quite good. So new stone bracket. I've paid back all my debt. I am at my lightest that I have been. I've done that in April, which is weird because it was like last year. And yeah, I'm feeling quite driven and focused. I'm not feeling like I want to throw the towel in. I do think this weekend's a bit of a danger zone because having been, now I'm at my lightest, I feel like I could just over relax and be like, oh my God, I've achieved, and just not try as hard. It's Easter, so it's chocolate heaven. Oliver's working this weekend, so that's a time when I'm not as busy and I feel a bit lonely and I could eat, and that's a trigger. And yeah, and I'm coming up to having some time off. My plan for a week when Oliver's surprise birthday comes up, and that's also a bit of a like, it seems to all be happening the same time as last year, and this is when I came off plan and were really struggling last year, so I think that's playing on my mind a little bit. But so far so good. I'm doing okay and I feel a lot better. I feel driven, focused and quite happy with what's going off. On reflection, a non-scale victory is that Oliver is trying really hard. So I did have a word with him. I'm not going to say a go, but I had a word with him about the fact that he doesn't like acknowledge and really celebrate my wins weight loss wise. It seems to be a bit of like, oh yeah, well done love, you look lovely, done. Yesterday I came home to a bunch of cheap flowers, but flowers from the petrol station, and he said he was proud of me and that I'd done really well, which is growth and development for Oliver, because he's quite a selfish individual that he's just not very emotional and he's not very good at that. I was quite proud of that, and he's making effort to be more loving, and he's started sending me like little reels that are like, one day I want you to be my wife, and I love you so much, you're like the most important person in my life, and things like that, which is not really Oliver, so I'm quite proud of him for the growth and development that he's doing there to offer that reassurance and love and make me feel more secure with us and things like that. So that's a non-scale and non-weight related victory, I suppose, that is quite nice, and I sometimes play down and overlook. I've always downplayed mine and Oliver's relationship because of fear, I suppose, that it'd all go wrong and that it'd do something horrendous and it'd not work out, and because that's how my relationships have been, and I'm trying to change where that's concerned, and I think he is listened and he's trying to do so also. So that guy who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Anyway, that is that. I'm gonna get off and stop rambling, but a huge thank you to everybody that helped me yesterday, and think thin and have a fantastic Easter, whatever you get up to. If you're on a weight loss plan, I have put up a post yesterday about the sins and stuff of Easter eggs, and I'm not saying don't have a think and maybe have a bit, but don't ruin it, because we're doing really well and we've got to get there. See you soon.